What's up, man? What's happening, everybody, man? It's your boy Rick, man. I'm back, man. It's LIB Media again. So check this out, man. Week one of the NFL is in the books. I'm recording this on Thursday, the 12th. Um, so yeah, with that being said, Thursday night football comes on tonight. But I wanted to go ahead and give you a recap of week one, my thoughts on everything that happened. Um, I obviously was not able to watch all the games, uh, people get busy, and even if you wanted to, you can't watch all the games because there's too many 1 o'clock games, too many 4 o'clock games, whatever the case may be, right? So with all that being said, though, I'm gonna recap it. I try to catch at least the highlights and stuff of every game. I know the highlights don't tell you the full story and all that, but I will kind of talk about the games I did see. And the clips I saw, via YouTube, just watching a quarter or here or there. So I'm gonna just go ahead and give y'all the whole run through about my thoughts on week one. Like I said, I'm excited. My team got blew out this week, but rookie quarterback, we got something kind of good to look forward to. I mean, he played pretty well in the midst of everybody else playing pretty terrible. So can't really complain too much. But it's football, man. I'm just glad it's back, man. So let me go and share my screen real quick, and then we can really kind of walk through all of the games. So, of course, I watched Thursday night football, first game of the season, Ravens versus Chiefs. I seen people all on the internet and ESPN like, oh, Chiefs are gonna three-peat and all that. It's like, man, it's the NFL. That's one game. The Ravens shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. The Ravens, they seem like on offense they trying to figure some things out. They got it's too many moving parts that they all got to kind of figure out right now. But the Chiefs kind of been consistent. I mean, I think the game ended up being pretty close. Like the Ravens kind of once they went down by a good bit, people didn't expect them to come back, but Lamar was able to make some plays. He could have tied the game. It would have went into overtime. I think I saw that Harbaugh was saying if we score, we're gonna go for two. So that game could have went either way at the end of it. But that was excited with the start off game one of the regular season. Eagles Packers. I watched that game. It was in Brazil. It looked like everybody was falling. Like I don't know what was up with the turf. Like nobody had no footing. People were slipping and stuff all night. So it took them a while before they even started getting any scores up on the board. Jalen Hurts, once again, just super careless with the ball. But the Eagles got so much firepower, though, that they was able to bounce back from that. But super careless with the ball. Jordan Love was very inefficient. A lot of people had Packers going to the Super Bowl and stuff. I didn't think they were that yet. They roster didn't feel like that. But they did. But they all gonna still probably be a good team. Jordan Love got hurt at the end of that game. I think the injury came back. It wasn't that bad, but I just kind of watched that. Secondary wise, it's like it's kind of hard to tell between the receivers and the secondary. Like I said, some people were slipping and falling and didn't have their footing. Some people would chalk it up to just being week one. I kind of chalked it up to the turf and stuff too, being in a different country, being on a flight for that long, and all of that stuff. Kind of probably threw everybody off a little bit. So, but I did get to see that game. Steelers Falcons, did not get to see this game. I know that the Steelers didn't score a touchdown. They kicked all field goals. I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't even know if that's embarrassing or not. I got a couple of homeboys that's Falcons fans. I'm had to get with them and ask them what they saw when they watched the game. But I heard Kirk Cousins didn't look great. Falcons didn't really look great, but they played bend don't break defense. So anytime they got in the red zone, the defense tightened up. So that's a good sign because that translates, having a defense that can tighten up when you need them to. So that was good for them. Cardinals and the Bills. I saw part of this game. I saw the Cardinals went up early. They was winning by a lot. Bills started to figure it out. Josh Allen started to play Superman ball. I don't really have no problem with it because he has the size and stature to play Superman ball. But I think as the season goes on, I think what people don't be wanting to understand about the NFL is that, like, when you got rookie receivers or not even just rookies or players that that did not get a lot of PT in their at their last team, but now they're coming to this team and they're getting PT, running backs, all those positions, they're gonna get more comfortable as the season goes on. I don't really be looking at it like, oh, this team don't got no receivers, they don't got the man. Look, in the NFL now, all these skill positions, it's like people come into the league with a certain amount of skill. They just gotta gain their confidence, get their adaptability, and who knows, man. So I think the Bills are only going to get better on the offensive side of the ball, because once Josh Allen starts believing in them and they believe in them, and the receivers and running backs start to believe in themselves, then I think he'll do more throwing and, running and trucking everybody for touchdowns and all that. But I get it, man. The Bills are on a tough division, so it's like, let's go win this game because it's going to matter in the end. Bears Titans, did not see this game. I heard Will Levis looked terrible. I know Tony Pollard played pretty good. From me watching other games, when somebody scored, they want to show the highlights of what another player been doing. So I saw Tony Pollard played pretty good, but the Bears defense, defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown. Caleb Williams looked like trash. I kind of expected that a little bit. I didn't expect him to come. I didn't feel like the way he played in college was going to translate to the league. A lot of people did. I think maybe it can over the course of like a year or two, once he starts to figure out when to use that and when not to use it, like the improvising ability. But he looked pretty bad. But hey, they got the win, so that's gonna give them confidence to move forward. Patriots Bengals. Once again, this was not a game I saw, but the Patriots stick to who they were. Shout out to Gerard Mayo, because they stick to who they were. They ran the ball. Ramondre Stevenson took the rock like they were supposed to. I know a lot of people saying the Bengals just start off bad because they start off bad every year, but I don't know what it is with Joe Burrow. I don't know if he's healthy. I don't know what's going on with him. P.S. I'm not going to start him in fantasy for however long. I'm not going to mess with that. So, I mean, that was that on that game. Texans and the Colts. Joe Mixon tote the rock. C.J. Stroud had looked pretty good. He was doing what he needed to do. One thing about the Colts, Anthony Richardson, this dude is like, he's all or nothing. Like, I don't really trust him because I don't really like that too much in your game when you're all or nothing. Like, either I'm gonna bomb this jump and it's gonna be a touchdown, or I'm gonna bomb and it's gonna be an incompletion. I think he need to bring his game a little bit back down to earth, because that ends a couple of possessions too early. But 27 points is not bad, so can't be mad at that. Jaguars, Dolphins. Jaguars had the game. They blew it. They let the Dolphins come back, get a win that they really needed. Now they got the Dolphins feeling real good about themselves going in that game. Saints Panthers, didn't get to see it, but I just heard it was a dog walk. The Panthers just look terrible. They look like they gotta go back to the drawing board, probably at quarterback maybe. I didn't really get to see Bryce Young play too much. I'm super down on him, but he's a small guy, and it seems like that's not translating, especially when you don't have a great O-line and all that stuff to protect you and make it better. He don't have like the size and stature to just adjust and make plays on the fly himself. So that I hope it gets better for them, but we'll see. Same thing with the Giants. Daniel Jones just looked terrible. Just looked like he just didn't know what was happening out there. So the Vikings get an early win that I know they feel good about, because everybody was like, oh, they lost their quarterback and J.J. McCarthy, but hey, Sam Darnold is a veteran, so this team seemed to be pretty well coached. Chargers, man, hey, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Harbaugh. Harbaugh came out there and did exactly what I thought Harbaugh would do. They was going to run the ball. They was going to play good defense. And he has an ultra-talented quarterback, so if he ever needs it, that'll happen. But he's going to run the ball and play defense, and that's just well coached, because as soon as he came in, the Chargers were a bad run defense last year. But Hey, the man came in here, did what I expected him to do. Seahawks got to win. Don't really know much about what happened in this game. Um, I think the Broncos was winning from what I saw, but looks like the Seahawks came back. Kenneth Walker had 103 yards. Can't be mad at that. Keep going. Cowboys Browns. The score was super worse when I first saw it. Cowboys went up early by a lot. Deshaun Watson just looked terrible from when I even saw the stats in like the first or second quarter. I was like, dude already had threw 2 picks. He don't belong in the NFL no more. He too busy doing other stuff. Like he needs to go get his life together. I saw he had a whole another sexual assault thing come up. He has to go sit down somewhere and kind of figure his life out and put that together. But the Cowboys lost their defensive coordinator, who became our head coach. But the defense seemed to still look pretty good. So you can't be mad at that. Commanders, Buccaneers, of course, I watched this game because that is my team, of course. We had Baker looking great. Our defense looked really bad. We couldn't finish plays. Our secondary was super suspect. Not surprising, you know, we kind of remodeled the whole team when they come in. Jaden Daniels, 2 rushing touchdowns, 88 yards on the ground. That's not bad. He only had 180 some yards passing, but he's a rookie. I'm glad to see he didn't turn the ball over. He kind of took care of the ball. He was trying to get down. So, you know, those are all the good sides. But you know, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans is a dog, man. People got to give him more credit. 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons. He gonna make it 10 and break the record this year. I'm rooting for him to do that, so he can go in the Hall of Fame just for that. He already got his Super Bowl, so Mike Evans, man, one of the greatest receivers ever, and don't really get talked about enough. Lions Rams, man. This game was crazy. Lions came back. Lions went up. Rams came back. Then they went overtime. The Lions decided they was going to score and win this game. 2 really, really good teams. I'm a big fan of Matthew Stafford, David Montgomery. The Lions, they have just a great roster all around. Offense, they have players on every level. I'm a Brown Branch fan. Aiden Hutchinson. I like those boys on defense. Penei Sewell holding down the O-line. David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams seemed like he's coming back healthy this year. He's a speedster guy. So Lions look like they got a real good roster. Rams suffered a couple of injuries. I think Puka Nacua got hurt. Hopefully he's not going for too long, but you know, that's what I saw from that game. Jets 49ers. 49ers seem like they didn't miss a beat. The Jets came out early, tried to punch them in the mouth, but didn't realize that the 49ers. Shanahan, if your last name is Shanahan, you know how to run the ball. It's point blank, period. It don't matter who the running back is. If your name's Shanahan, you're gonna figure out how to run the ball. You know, the best left tackle in the game. Bunch of people came back. It took them a while to get going, but once the 49ers got going, they got going. That defense being anchored by Hufunga's back now. You know, Fred anchoring the defense, Nicky Bosa, like, you know, teams that are good got players on all 3 levels. So, you know, they got players on all 3 levels. So they came and did what they needed to do. I'm looking forward to week 2, man. Hopefully we could get some redemption. Hopefully some good games. I didn't really look at the roster much, but yeah, man. I guess, man. Hey, that's all I really can say, man. I just wanted to run through the games, kind of give my thoughts on some of the games. I'm gonna give y'all a real detailed, probably mid-season football breakdown about what players are playing good. I'm gonna just make it a whole kind of big long video, probably be like 30 minutes or something, where I really just go through players that really ain't being talked about, but are having great seasons, that are household names. So I want to do that for y'all. But in the meantime, man, y'all let me know what y'all want to hear from me, man. You know, I'm here try to make it happen, man. Cuzzo, hopefully he can get back soon. But you know, life happens, but man, we here, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. It's LIB Media, and it's your boy Rick. I'm out of here.